Criminal Code of Cambodia, 2009, Breach of Trust and Similar Acts. Title 3. Breach of Trust and Similar Acts. Chapter 1. Breach of Trust. Article 394, Breach of Trust. The breach of trust is an act committed to misappropriate, at the expenses of another person, funds, assets or any other property by a person who has been entrusted with and that he/she has accepted with a duty to return them, to present them or to make a specific use of them. Article 395, Penalties to be imposed. The breach of trust is punishable by an imprisonment from 1 year to 3 years and a fine from 2 million Riels to 6 million Riels. Article 396, Breach of special trust by a governor or other persons. All governors or supervisors of legal entities of corporation with limited responsibilities or funding legal entities or persons who are assigned by a court to act on its behalf, or employees who are authorized by a legal entity who breach the trust for their own benefit or the benefit of the third party or with the purpose of damaging the legal entity and resulting in damage of property of the legal entity are punishable by an imprisonment from 2 years to 5 years and a fine from 4 million Riels to 10 million Riels. Provisions of paragraph 1 above is also applicable to the cases where liquidators of legal entities of corporation with limited responsibilities or funding legal entities or persons who are assigned by a court to act on behalf of the liquidators commit an act as mentioned in paragraph 1 above and damage the properties of the legal entities. The attempt to commit offenses, as mentioned paragraphs 1 and 2 above, is punished by the same penalties. Article 397, Aggravating circumstances with regard to offenders. The breach of trust is punishable by an imprisonment from 2 years to 5 years and a fine from 4 million Riels to 10 million Riels, when it is committed 1. By a person who made a public appeal for delivery of funds or assets either for his/her own benefits or for the benefits of a business or an industrial enterprise. 2. By a legally authorized agent or a court junior official in exercising his/her functions or during the course of exercising of his/her functions. 3. By a public civil servant, civilian or military in office or during the course of exercising of his/her functions. Article 398, Attempt. The attempt to commit misdemeanors specified in this chapter is punishable by the same penalties as misdemeanors. Article 399, Additional penalties, categories and duration. For misdemeanors laid out in the present chapter, the following additional penalties may be pronounced. 1. Deprivation of certain civil rights definitively or for a period of not more than 5 years. 2. Prohibition against pursuing a profession during which time the crime was committed in course of or during the occasion of pursuing of this profession definitively or for a period of not more than 5 years. 3. Confiscation of any instruments, materials or any objects which have been used to commit the offense or were intended to commit the offense. 4. Confiscation of objects or funds which were intended to commit offenses. 5. Confiscation of incomes or properties earned from the offenses. 6. Confiscation of utensils, materials or movable objects at the residence where the offense was committed. 7. Confiscation of one or several vehicles belonging to the convicted person. 8. Posting the decision of sentence for a period of not more than 2 months. 9. Publication of the decision of sentence in the newspapers. 10. Broadcasting the decision of sentence by all means of audiovisual communications for a period of not more than 8 days. Chapter 2. Embezzlement of the seized or secured objects. Article 400, Embezzlement of the seized or secured objects. The act of a debtor to embezzle or destroy an object seized or impounded by a competent authority or mortgaged is punishable by an imprisonment from 1 month to 1 year and a fine from 100,000 Riels to 2 million Riels. Article 401, Attempt. The attempt to commit misdemeanors specified in this chapter is punishable by the same penalties as misdemeanors.